Hello, good afternoon, students. Today we are going to learn Unit 2, 2.1, Understanding Reading and Writing. How to understand, read and writing. Okay, learning objectives. After successful completion of this unit, you will be able to describe some basic tools for reading, then explain two different types of text, then compare and use different styles and writing. Okay, first see introduction. Reading and writing are basic tools for communication, you know. But do you know the different ways to read? There are so many ways to read. Do you know the different ways to write? There are also different ways of writing. Okay. Do you know the ways in which reading is used, used with writing or speaking? Okay. This section will talk about the basic of reading and writing. Let's see reading and understanding. How to read and how to understand this reading. Okay. Reading and writing. There are many ways to read something. Okay. Do you know how many? Most times when we are reading a good book, we are simply reading it without thinking about how we are reading. Okay. How we read a book for enjoyment and a book for school is different. Okay, there are some different tools for reading that help us understand a text better. Okay, when you understand something, you comprehend it. Okay, let us first talk about something called close reading. Okay, first type of reading is close reading. Close reading is a tool you can use if you want to look closely at any reading. Okay. For example, if you need to learn new words, understand the meaning behind the words, or study a sentence structure, then a close reading is the perfect way to read something. Okay. You read details about your text and choose to focus on something specific in the text. In summary, you are like a detective looking closely into the text to find something. Okay, the next two tools are summarizing and paraphrasing. Okay, there are the tools you use in school and at work. Now, after you read something. Okay, you know, your teacher, boss, colleague, or team leader might ask you to summarize or paraphrase what you read. How to write summary. Okay, you can give a summary and paraphrase by saying it or by writing it down. For example, if you read a good book, you want to tell your friend about it. You will tell him or her a summary of the book. Okay, or in school, you read something on the internet for your research paper and you have to summarize what you read. Okay, those are examples of summary writing. Okay, let us know more about a summary and a paraphrase. How to write summary or paraphrase and summary. A summary is saying something with fewer words. Summary means what, students? A summary means saying something with fewer words. When you summarize something, you can say the same main ideas in different words. So you do not copy all the same words. Okay, use your own words. The important thing in a summary is to keep the summary shorter than the original. Okay, similar but different to a summary is a paraphrase. There is a difference between summary writing and paraphrase. Okay, paraphrase is something you need to give after reading something. Okay, a paraphrase is something you need to give after reading something. Okay, your opinion. A paraphrase is not shorter than the original. Okay, a paraphrase uses different words from the original one. Okay, here is a chart to help you remember the difference. Here is a summary writing and here is a paraphrase. Summary writing means what, students? Shorter than the original text. Then takes only the main ideas of the text and says them in a different way. Then third point, can conclude some of the author's words from the original text. And paraphrase means what, students? Paraphrase is usually the same length or longer than the original text. It is in the same length. Paraphrase takes all the ideas of the text and says them in different ways, in our own words. Paraphrase only includes your own words. Okay. Then, for example, read this original text. Michael Jackson was a little boy who grew up in the state of Indian, USA, with his brothers and sisters. He grew up in a lower to middle class family. His father encouraged the kids to perform music. Michael and his siblings formed a band called the Jackson Five. They became very famous. Later, when Michael was older, he started to compose music by himself. He sold many albums and became the king of pop music. He had many fans. His music is famous for touching many people's lives and spreading peace and goodwill. Okay, when Michael was on tour in 2009, he died of drugs. Many people will miss him and the music he made. If I want to make a summary of this paragraph, it might look like this. How to write summary writing? Here is an example. Here is a summary of this paragraph. Michael Jackson was a singer since he was a little boy. When he was older, he became famous and sold a lot of music. He died when he was an adult of drugs. His fans will miss him. Okay, in this way, you have to write down summary writing. Okay, all the ideas are taken from the text are written in the different way. Okay, now let us write a paragraph. How to write a paragraph of this given paragraph? Now let us write a paragraph which will say the same things in the original text with different words. Growing up in the state of Indiana, Jackson lived with his brothers and sisters. They were not rich or poor, they were middle class. His father helped the kids to make music. His siblings made a band called the Jackson Five, which was very popular. Michael grew up to be a very famous singer. He wrote songs that many people loved. He is known as the king of pop. While he was away preparing for his tour, Michael was died. His music live on, but many people will miss him. Students, in this way, you have to write down paraphrase of this given paragraph. And above, we see the how to write summary writing. Okay, students. Then now let us talk about analysis and interpretation. Okay, these are two different tools you can use for reading, analysis and interpretation. Okay, these are two tools you can use for reading. Okay, when you read something, you want to comprehend it or understand it. Okay, when you are trying to understand something, you are analyzing it. What do you see? What do you understand? What patterns do you see? Do you see anything important? What are the main ideas? Okay, interpretation means to understand why. When you interpret, you are trying to explain the reason for something. Why are they the main ideas? Why are the patterns there? The why is just as important as the what. Analysis and interpretation go together side by side. Okay, when you look at something, you are reading, you are trying to understand it. Okay, next, let us talk about two different types of text you might read in school or at work. They are called literary and knowledge text. Okay, let us talk about each one separately. First, see literacy. Literacy means what? Literacy texts are reading that are used for entertainment. Okay, literacy text means read for entertainment. Maybe it is a poem or a story, but it is not real. Okay, when something is not real, we say it is a fictional. For example of literary text are poems, fictions, or comics. Okay, these types of text tell a fun story to entertain us. Most people enjoy reading literary text because do not they do not have to work too hard to analyze them. Okay, they are telling a fun story that makes us happy. Opposite of a literary text is a knowledge text. Opposite of literary text is a knowledge text. Next is knowledge text. Knowledge text means what? Knowledge texts are there to inform us of something. These texts usually have facts and other information that is true. Okay, if something is true, we say it is non-fiction. Some examples of knowledge texts are encyclopedias, internet, then websites that have facts or school textbooks. Most people do not enjoy knowledge texts because they might be boring and they are not entertaining. They do not tell a story. Which type of text do you prefer? Do you like literary text or knowledge text or both? Lastly, let us talk a little about interpretation and translation. Okay, these are tools that help you understand something you read or hear that is in a different language. Translation is a reading a text in a language and translating the meaning into a different language. For example, suppose Marathi is your first language and English is your second language. You want to translate a text document from English into Marathi. This means translation. Okay. This means to take the Marathi sentences and translate them into English. Okay. Translation is a written document that you make and it requires that you read and understand the document in one language before you translate it into the second language. Okay, translation is a written document that you make and require that you read and understand the document in one language before you translate it into second language. Okay, interpretation is spoken. Okay, interpretation is taking someone's words and interpreting them into second language. Interpretation usually involves at least three people. Okay, for example, person speaks only English, then person C speaks only Marathi. Okay, for example, person A speaks only English, person C speaks only in Marathi, then person A and C cannot communicate and need an interpreter. Okay, because they only A person only know English language and person C know only Marathi language. Okay, that's why person A and person C cannot communicate and need an interpreter. Okay, person B, the interpreter, speaks both English and Marathi. Okay, translator. Interpreter means translator. Person B speaks both in English and in Marathi. Person C will speak in Marathi. Person B will listen and understand it and interpret the message into English to person A. Okay. Then now we will see writing skills. Okay. Writing is something we usually learn in school. Do you know the different purpose of writing or the different style? Each style of writing has a different purpose or reason. This section will cover the basic ways to how to write properly. Okay. The first style of writing is documenting. Okay. How to document your collection. The first style of writing is documenting. Have you heard of the word documentary? A documentary is a film about something. The documentary informs you about something. When you document something, you create a record of it. Okay. Have you ever taken a picture? In that way, you are documenting what you saw. Imagine that you travel to a new country. You might document what you see in the meeting. If you are in a meeting, you can document the meeting by writing about the main points from the meeting. Documenting is a process in which you write about something you see or read. Documenting can be both written and expressed through pictures. It is used in formal and informal situation also. As mentioned, you can document informally by taking pictures during your vacation or by writing what you saw in your journal. Okay, you can document formally by writing about something at work. Writing a report is one example of a document that we will talk about next. Another style of writing is report writing. Okay, as the name says, you are writing a report usually for someone else. What is a report? A report is an official document. Okay, report writing means official document that gives information about something that you give to your manager or colleagues. Okay, a report means what, students? A report is an official document that gives information about something that you give to your manager or colleagues. Okay. Later, we will see more about how to write a report. A report is writing about something you have seen or heard, done, or researched. Okay, report means what, student? A report writing means a report is a written writing about something you have seen, heard, done, or researched. Let us see an example of each. First, you can write a report of something you saw. If you attend a presentation at work, you can document what you saw. Then also you are listening to the presentation and heard it. So you can write a report about what you heard. What were the main points? You can write a report about something you did, like a work project. How did the project go? Lastly, you can report on something you researched. Did you read something on the internet for your research? Okay. Project. Did you find some information in a book? Those are examples of things you research and later write a report. Here is an example of report writing. Okay. Reports can be on things you have. Okay. Then example, seen a presentation lecture, then heard a presentation lecture, then done project, research information in books or internet. The next purpose of writing can be for writing notes. Okay, notes are more informal than reports. That means notes are used only for you and your friends, but not for your manager or boss or teacher. Okay, most of the time notes are usually for yourself only. Notes are the things you want to write down after you have seen, heard, or done or researched something. So notes are used in the same exact situation as reports, but they are informal, not formal. Okay, that means you do not share your notes with your manager, boss, or teacher. Okay, you have to write your report only. In real life, you have probably heard your teacher give a presentation for school and you took notes. Okay, you use the notes to study for the text. Another example might be when you read some important information on the internet and you take notes in your notebook. Lastly, let us talk about letter writing. How to write letter? Okay, a letter is a formal document that has an introduction, body, and conclusion. Okay, it is a formal document, students. You usually send a letter when you need to make a formal announcement to a company. Okay, a manager can write a letter when he or she hires a new employee, and when the person accepts, he or she can write a formal letter of acceptance. Another example of a letter is when there are new rules that are being established. A manager can write a letter. Okay, a letter is usually more formal than an email. In this way, we have studied in this lecture. In summary, we learn about some different ways to read and some different ways to write, how to read and how to write. In school, you will have to learn close reading, summarizing, and paraphrasing. Then you will also have to take notes during lectures. When you interact with different languages, you will need to translate and interpret spoken words or documents. Okay. At work, you might need to write a formal letter. Knowing the different uses of reading and writing will help you to be successful in school and at work. Okay, in this way we have learned about some different ways to read and some different ways to write. Now we are going to learn 2.2, uncovering the secrets of clear writing, how to write clearly. Okay, in this unit we will study how to write clearly. After successful completion of this unit, you will be able to recall and identify the steps of writing effectively, how to write effectively. Then discover the secrets of constructing meaningful sentences. Then write paragraphs effectively for academic and professional purposes. Then define and explain the important role of punctuation marks in writing, how to punctuate in the sentence. Okay, first let's see first introduction. In the world of technology, many of us know how to send a text message. Okay, you know accurately how to send a text message. However, the problem with the cell phones and text messages is that many people do not know how to make proper sentences with correct grammar, spellings, and punctuation marks. Okay, many people use the abbreviations like CU, short form means abbreviation means short form, CU means see you, or I love you means I love you, or GM means good morning. As texting gets to be more common, people forget how to confirm full sentences that are spelled correctly. Okay, this will become a problem if you want to write and stay competitive for international standards. Okay, as business is getting globalized, it is important that you know how to write properly in English. Okay, let's see how to write properly in English language. Okay, let's first see 2.1, clarifying writing communication. Okay, writing is much more and putting words on a page. Writing means what? Writing is much more than putting words on a page. When you write, you need to be aware of how your teacher will understand your writing. Okay, it is your duty as a writer to write in a way that makes sense. Okay, you have to write grammatically correct sentence. Have you communicated your ideas in a way that are clear and direct? Will your reader be confused after reading what you wrote? If the reader is confused, the writer has not done a good job of writing. Okay, that's why you have to write properly or in correct manner. Writing is not as simple as putting words on the page. Okay, you need to think, write, change, revise, and write again. Okay, let us talk about the tenets or characteristics of a good writer. What are the characteristics of good writer? Okay, the first thing a writer does is to know who or he or she is writing to. Who is your reader? Okay, who is going to read your words? Knowing who is reading your words will change how you write. Okay, for example, how I write for a 7 years old child will be very different from how I write for a 17 years old student. Okay, you will have to know many things about your reader. First, you have to know about your readers. One important thing you will need to know before writing is the age of your reader. Okay, first see the age of your reader. Okay, as mentioned earlier, how you write for a young child will be different from how you write for an adult. You also need to know what your reader is doing in his or her life. Is he or she a student, a businessman, or a lawyer, etc.? Knowing what your reader does also shows you what he or she might be interested in. For example, if your reader is a seventh standard student, you will want to write about things that seventh standard children are interested in, like movies and fashions. Okay. If your reader is a 30 years old IT specialist, he or she might be interested in the technical things. You know, a good tip for writing is to start writing about things your reader knows and is interested in. From there, you can introduce new concepts. Okay, how to write properly? Let's see. What does your reader know? Then, what is your reader interested in? What is the age of your reader? Then what is the gender of your reader? Then what does your reader do? The first two questions are important. First two questions are what does your reader know and what is your reader interested in? The first two questions are important when you have to write about something that your readers do not know about. Okay, what do you do when your reader has no concepts or idea of what you will be writing about? Okay, you need to start by writing about things your reader knows and also what he or she is interested in. For example, imagine that your 7th standard teacher asks you to write an essay on international birds around the world. Your reader are other 7th standard students. Okay. However, most students do not know much about international birds around the world. Okay, you can start by writing about something the readers know and like. For example, maybe you know that your readers all love animals. Okay, you can start to talk about animals found in India. Then you will also need to know why you are writing. First, you will also need to know why you are writing. Okay, what is the purpose of your writing? Is the writing to inform someone, to entertain them, or to persuade them? Okay, persuade means to change their minds about something. For example, if your purpose is to inform someone, you need to make sure that every sentence is about informing him or her about the topic. If your purpose is to persuade someone, then your sentences should be about persuading him or her. Check all the sentences to make sure that they all serve that purpose. Okay, your sentence should be easy to understand and fun to read. Okay, your sentences should be so easy to understand and fun to read. Okay, do not write sentences that are too difficult or too long. Okay, your writing should be fun. If your reader is falling asleep, is bored or confused, then you have not done your job correctly. Okay, keep the sentences shorter. Okay, use vocabulary or words that the reader understands. Okay, use smaller sentences. Also see how you format your reading. Okay, is the reading attractive? Is there enough space between paragraphs? Do you need to add pictures, graphs, or charts? Okay, for clear understanding. Then let's see writing solid sentences. How to write solid sentences means correct sentences. Sentences are the basic building blocks to writing essays and books. Sentences are the basic building blocks and writing essays and books. If you master writing a good sentence, you can master other harder tasks. Do you know how to make a sentence? What is the structure of the sentence? Okay, the structure of the sentence is subject plus verb plus object. Okay, you know. A sentence is made of two parts, a subject and a predicate. Okay, a subject is who, W-H-O, who or what the sentence is about. Okay, who or what the sentence is about. A sentence's subject can be about a person or place or a thing. Okay. A person might be your friend. A place might be your city. A thing might be your textbook. A subject is easy to identify because it is usually at the beginning of the sentence, and it is who or what the sentence is about. If a sentence is a movie, the subject is the leading actor or actress. Okay, a predicate is harder to understand. Think of the predicate as the remaining part of the sentence. In the movie example, the predicate is what the actor does or what happens to the actor. Okay, the predicate contains something. You may know a verb. Okay, subject a verb can be a state of being, an action that subject does, or an action that happens to the subject. Let us have a look at the subjects and some possible predicates mentioned below. In the predicate, the verb has been highlighted. Okay, this is the sentence. Let's see subject and next predicate. My friend Marine is a subject. Went shopping is a predicate. Action that the subject does. Okay, my friend Marian went shopping. Here, my friend Marian is a subject and went shopping is a predicate. Okay, then let's see second example. The beautiful city of Nashik is a holy city. Okay, here in this sentence, the beautiful city of Nashik is a subject and is a holy city is a predicate. Okay, the beautiful city of Nashik is a holy city. The beautiful city of Nashik is a subject and is a holy city is a predicate. The textbook was thrown away. Okay, in this sentence, the textbook is a subject and was thrown away is a predicate, means an action that happens to the subject. The textbook was thrown away. In this sentence, the subject is the textbook and was thrown away is a predicate. Do you have a better understanding of how to write sentence? Okay, if you are still feeling uncertain about how to make correct sentence, refer to the references at the end of the unit. After you are certain, you can make a complete sentence. Okay, there are some other things to understand when writing. One thing to remember is to put the subject next to the verb. As mentioned, a predicate includes the verb. The predicate is a group of words, but the verb should be next to the subject so the reader is not confused. Here are some few examples. Example A, the dog, including his best friends and other street animals, ate the bones. Okay. Here is example A, the dog, including his best friends and other street animals, ate the bones. Then example B, the dog ate the bone along with his best friends and other street animals. Okay, the dog ate the bones along with his best friends and other street animals. In example A, the subject is dog, is far from the verb ate. Okay, that should be avoided. Okay, in example B, the subject dog is near to the verb ate. Here is the dog is a subject and ate is a verb. Okay, in the example B, the subject dog is near to the verb ate and is better sentence. Second sentence is a better sentence. The dog ate the bone along with his friends and other street animals. Okay. Another thing to remember when writing is to keep your sentences short and simple. You have to keep your sentence short, too short and simple. The reason why this is important is because you want your reader to understand completely what you are saying. Okay, that's why your sentence should be very small and simple. If your reader is confused after reading, you have not written clearly enough. Okay, consider these examples mentioned below. One sentence is too long and goes on for a long time. Okay, the reader might be confused where the sentence stop or the main ideas of each sentence. Okay, the main idea is not clear because the sentence talk about different things. The other sentence is clear and direct. Okay, let's see first sentence. Example number 1. The dog and his friends along with the other animals in the street ate the bones on the street. They had so much fun eating the food on the street and started playing so loudly. The people on the street were scared of the dogs and the people were going shopping to prepare for the holiday season which was coming soon. Diwali was on the way. This is very long sentence, students. Our sentence should be too short and clear. Okay, let's see next example. Example number B. The dog ate the bones with his other friends. Okay, you have to write here full stop. They had so much fun eating the food. Then the animals were very loud. The people on the street were scared of the animals. Okay, in this way, the sentences in example A did not have any full stop here. Okay, it was confusing where one sentence stopped and another started. Okay, also the sentences talk about animals and people also. Which theme? Okay, was the paragraph talking about animals or about people? Okay, it is two confusion one. The sentences in example B were shorter than the example A. Okay, the sentences in example B were shorter. All the sentences were about the dogs and the animals. Okay, the dogs and animals were the main idea of all the sentences. Okay, in this way, the example number B is very correctly written. The sentences should focus on being positive. Nobody likes to read negative sentences. You have not write about negative sentences. Okay, the more positive your sentences are, the more your reader will want to read you. Okay, look at these two examples. One is more positive and one is more negative, even though they are about the same topic. Okay, let's see first example. Example A. The boy did not like his vegetable, so he asked his mother for a different vegetable. He he liked the second vegetable better. Okay, then let's see second example. Example B. The boy hated his vegetable and did not eat any of it. He yelled at his mom to bring a different vegetable. He hated the first vegetable more than the second. Okay, lastly, try to add a little variety to your sentences. For example, not all of your sentences have to have a subject, verb, or object, and can add adjectives to describe the subject. Okay, you can also put two subjects in your sentences. Okay, you have to put uh, you can also put two subjects in your sentences. Then some sentences can be statements which mean they end in period or full stop. Some can be question, which means they end in a question mark. Okay, some sentences can express excitement, which means they end in an exclamation mark. Okay, this is the symbol of exclamation mark. You do not want your reader to be bored. Okay, then let's see next topic 2.3, developing effective paragraph. How to develop a effective paragraph. Okay, let's see. After you have mastered sentences, you are now ready to turn the sentences into a paragraph. Okay, what is a paragraph? Paragraph means what? A paragraph is a group of sentences that share a main idea. Okay, typically a paragraph has 4 to 5 sentences. Okay, you have written paragraphs. If you have ever had to write an essay for school, okay, for work, you will have to learn how to write paragraphs if you need to send a long email or write a report. Let us talk about how to effectively write a paragraph. Okay, paragraphs means a paragraph starts with the main idea. You have to start your paragraph with your main idea. Then the main idea is also known as the topic sentence. Okay, the topic sentence has the main idea. If you do not have a main idea or a topic sentence, your reader may be confused when reading your paragraph. Okay, that's why the topic sentences has the main idea. Think of the topic sentences as one sentence summary of what the full paragraph is about. If your paragraph is about dogs, then the word dogs needs to appear in your paragraphs. Okay. The topic sentences is usually intended by 5 spaces. If your paragraph has 2 main ideas in it, you should make 2 paragraphs. Okay, there. If your paragraph has 2 main ideas, you have to make here 2 different paragraphs. Okay. Each new main idea needs a new paragraph. Okay, you know. If your paragraph talks about dog and Indian festival, those are 2 different topics which require 2 different paragraphs. Dog's paragraph is different and Indian festivals paragraph is different. Okay. After you have talk about the topic or main idea, you should end your paragraph with the main idea again using different words. Okay. Here is a chart to help you remember how to write a paragraph. Here is a structure of how to write a paragraph. In the uh, first sentence start with an indentation means tab key. Say the topic sentences. Okay, the topic sentence is what your paragraph is about. This is first line is about topic sentence. Okay, then second to 4 sentences means the middle sentences. These sentences give more information about the topic. These are the details. In details, you have to write here in detail. Then fifth sentence or last sentence, repeat the topic sentence again in different words. You have to repeat here the same first sentence here, but in different words. Okay, in this way you have to write, develop a paragraph. Typically, a shorter paragraph has 4 to 5 sentences. You have to write 4 to 5 sentences in one paragraph. Okay. Typically, a short paragraph has 4 to 5 sentences. However, you can include more sentences in your paragraph. Generally, a simple paragraph has 4 to 5 sentences, but it can have more. Think of a paragraph as a table. Okay. The top of the table is the main idea. This is the main idea of your paragraph. The top of the table is the main idea or the topic sentence. Okay. The four legs of the table are the main idea that support the topic sentence. Okay. these are the four legs of the table. Okay, and they are the main ideas that support the topic sentences. Okay, each paragraph has separate main ideas. If you have sentences that are not about your topic, it is a bad paragraph. Okay, and the bad sentences need to be taken out. Look at the following sentences. Which sentences does not belong? Okay, India has a rich and interesting culture. Let us talk about the Indian festivals, food, and dances. India has many traditions in which festivals are celebrated. The most popular festival is Diwali, the festival of lights. Everything is expensive during Diwali time. Okay, all the things in the market rise in price. For this reason, it is best to shop during the monsoon season when prices are low. India also has a variety of food which is a part of the culture. In traditional days, people would eat with their right hands. They use their hands to eat the food and do not use fork or spoons, even with rice. The food is really healthy and grows in farms. The district of Nashik is famous for onions and grapes. The dances of India are also very interesting. The dancers train for many years to preserve the dances and work hard to practice the art. The dances are performed at the festivals. In summary, India's culture is very rich and beautiful. In this paragraph, which sentences do not belong in this paragraph? Well, the main idea is in the first sentence. Okay, the main idea is about Indian culture. Okay, India has a rich and interesting culture. Okay, the main idea is about India's culture, festivals, foods, and dances. Okay. When which sentences are not about the festivals, foods, and dances, the highlighted sentences do not belong in this paragraph. See, these are the highlighted sentences. India has a rich and interesting culture. I will talk about the festivals, the food, and the dances. India has many traditions that are celebrated. The most popular festivals is Diwali, the festival of lights. Everything is expensive during Diwali time. All the things in the market rise in price. For this reason, it is the best to shop during the monsoon season when prices are low. Okay, India also has a variety of food which is a part of the culture. In traditional days, people would eat with their right hands. Okay, they use their hands to eat the food and don't use fork and spoons, even with rice. The food is really healthy and grows in a farm. A district of Nashik is famous for onion and grapes. The dances of the India are also very interesting. The dances trained for many years to preserve the dances and work hard to practice the art. The dances are performed at the festival. In summary, India's culture is very rich and beautiful. Okay, the highlighted sentences do not belong in the in this paragraph. These sentences. Okay, everything is expensive during Diwali time. All the things in the market rise in price. For this reason, it is best to shop during the monsoon season when prices are low. These highlighted sentences do not belong to the in this paragraph. Then let's see mastering punctuation. Okay, how to give punctuation mark in this sentence. Imagine a person without a spine. Okay, imagine a turtle without a shell. Humans cannot function without a spine, just like turtle cannot function without a shell. Okay, punctuation marks are small things that makes a big difference. Let us talk about how to punctuate. Punctuation can show form or structure to a sentence. we will also talk about the different purposes of punctuation. Okay, let us understand the use of full stop first. It is a full stop. Punctuation mark. This first is full stop. Let us understand the use of full stop. Okay, the semicolon, the commas, then the exclamatory mark, the colon, then ellipses, the dash, and the parenthesis. Let's see first punctuation mark, full stop. Punctuation can show form. Punctuations give shape to a sentence. Let us now how full stop and commas add forms to a sentence. For example, periods are full stop. Periods are full stop that help a reader uh, know you have finished talking about something. Okay. If you did not have any full stop after your sentences, the reader would not know when one idea stopped and another idea began. Okay. If you did not have any given any full stop after your sentence, the reader would not know when one idea stopped and another idea began. Okay, this is the comma. See these shapes below. The circular is always going in a circle. If you go into the circle, you never know when to end. Okay, when you do not want an idea to the end, you can add commas, just like in this circle. Okay, your voice will pause when you read a sentence with a comma. When you add a period, you are stopping, like the second shape. Okay, if you are reading a sentence with a period, you will stop longer than for a comma. A square has four corners. Okay, or four stops. Period stop a sentence. Period stop a sentence. When one full sentence is finished, you stop it with a period. Okay, when you add punctuation, you also add function or purpose. Now let us talk about all the main punctuation marks and their purposes or functions. Okay, let's see first full stop. How to give full stop to a sentence. Full stop or periods are easy because we use them a lot. Periods separates full sentences. A full sentences has a subject and a predicate. Okay, your teacher may have taught you that a full sentences contains a subject, a verb, and sometimes an object. Okay, the verb and the object are a part of the predicate. When you have a new subject, you should put a period or start a new subject. Okay, look at this sentence. It has two subjects, or there should be some punctuation. The dog was hungry, the cat was hungry too. The two subjects, nouns, are the dog and the cat. You should put a period between the two ideas or the two sentences. The dog was hungry and the cat was hungry too. Then if a semicolon, let's see how to use semicolon. If the two sentences are about the same thing, or if the sentences are connected in any way, you can add a semicolon to separate the two full sentences. Okay, a semicolon is put in between two full sentences that are connected in the some way. Okay, in my example, the dog and the cat both share something. They are both hungry. So if the sentences have some sort of relationship, you can add a semicolon. Okay, the dog was hungry, semicolon, the cat was hungry too. Okay, in this way you have to use here semicolon. Then let's see comma. How to use comma in the sentence. Commas have other purposes. Okay, another purpose of the comma is to separate parts of the sentences that are not a part of the full sentences. Okay, look at the example. The dog who was hungry ate a bone. Okay, the dog, comma, who was hungry, comma, ate the bone, full stop. The full sentences is the dog ate a bone. Okay, The part in red is extra information about it is not required for the full sentence. The dog ate a bone. This is complete sentence. Okay. Here is extra information about the dog. The dog who was hungry ate a bone. The dog ate a bone. The part in red is an extra information about the dog. Okay. For the full sentence. So you can separate that part with a comma. Then let's see exclamation mark. If you misuse commas, you might change the meaning of the sentences. Okay. Look at these two sentences. One sentence has a comma. The other sentence does not have a comma. Okay. Here is the exclamation mark. Let's see example A. Let's eat grandma. Then exclamatory mark. Example number B. Let's eat grandma. Okay. Exclamatory mark. First is a sentence is let's eat, comma, grandma, exclamatory mark. Example number B, let's eat grandma, exclamatory mark. Okay, in example A, the comma is separating the full sentences. Let's eat from the rest of the sentences, grandma. Okay, grandma is the only extra information. The word grandma is not required to make a full sentence. Okay, in this sentence the person is calling grandma to invite her for food. Okay, in the example number B, grandma is required for the full sentences. The subject is us. Let's is shorter for let us. Okay, the verb is eat and the object is grandma. Okay, the function of the exclamation mark is at the end of the sentence to show excitement or passion. Okay, look at these two examples. Example number A, the child laughed. Then example number B, the child laughed. First is the child laughed, full stop. Then B sentence, the child laughed, exclamatory mark. In example A, the sentence is a statement because here is a full stop. The child laughed. It is a boring statement. In example number B, the writer wants the reader to know what there is excitement to this sentence. Okay, so the exclamation point shows that the function of that sentence is to show excitement. Okay. Then the function of the colon. This is a symbol of colon. The function of colon is to show your reader that you will add a list, an example, or a quotation. Okay. A quotation is words from someone. Okay. Look at this example. Example number A. The father went to the grocery store. He bought colon, eggs, then comma, cheese, comma, milk, and biscuits. Okay, let's see another second example. Example B. The dog ate many things, colon, a bone, a piece of meat, and some his favorite fruit. Okay, example, let's see example number C. My mother told me, colon, into inverted comma, don't be late for school, exclamatory mark, inverted comma, close. Okay, in all three examples, the colon is needed for list, examples, and quotations. Okay, in example number A, the writer is given the list of the things the man bought at the store. What things he bought? Eggs, cheese, milk, and biscuits. Okay, in example B, the writer gives example of what the dog ate. What the dog ate? The dog ate many things: a bone, piece of meat, and some of his favorite fruit. Okay, in example number C, the writer is saying what the mother said. The writer is sharing a quotation. Okay, my mother told me, don't be late for school. The function of, let's see, question mark. The function of question mark is to ask a question. Okay, a question is a sentence that usually starts with a question word. What are the question words? What, who, when, where, why, or how. or a form of the verb be. Okay, look at these examples. Example number A, my name is Michael. Michael. Example number B, is your name Michael? Example number A, the sentence is a statement. My name is Michael. Okay, the person's name is Michael. No questions. In example B, the person is asking if the person's name is Michael. Okay, is your name Michael? A question mark shows that the sentence is a question as well as the question word. Okay, if the example, the question starts with a form of the be verb. The forms of the be verbs are am, is, are, okay, was, were, etc. Then the function of ellipsis. This is the symbol of ellipsis is more difficult. You do not see an ellipsis too often. Okay, the ellipses are not used a lot. The ellipses are used with a quotation. When you do not use the same words from the quotation, you can put an ellipsis to replace those words. Okay, look at this quotation. My mother said, into inverted comma, I am going to market to buy many things, grapes, milks, biscuits, rice, chili powder, cups, plates, soda, and vegetables. If you want to use this quotation, but you do not want to use all the words, you can use here an ellipsis. My mother said, okay, my mother said, colon, into inverted comma, I am going to market to buy many things, colon, grapes, milk, biscuits, and dash, 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 and vegetables. Okay, this is called ellipsis. The ellipses allow you to make the original quotation shorter. Okay, then let's see how to use dash. The dash is a little more complicated. Okay, the function of dash is similar to a comma. When you want to separate parts of a sentence, you can use dash. Okay, you can use a pair of dashes in the middle of the sentences to separate that part. Okay, you can also use a dash to separate a piece of sentence you do not wish to use. Here are some example. Let's see. Example number A. The teacher was very strict, comma, she gave the students a lot of homework, dash, including writing 5 essays. Okay, let's see another example B. The teacher, dash, who was tired, dash, gave the students a lot of homework including writing 5 essays. Okay, full stop. In example A, the single dash separates the last part of the sentence. Okay, the teacher was very strict, comma, she gave the students a lot of homework. In example B, the writer wants to show importance that the teacher was tired. Okay, the teacher who was tired. Okay, here is a dash, gave the students a lot of homework, including writing 5 essays. This part is emphasized. Okay, then let's see the function of parenthesis is to add, this is the symbol of parenthesis, is to add information that is not important to the sentence. Okay, this could be extra information. You also use parenthesis to include references where you found information. Look at these two examples. Okay, example number, let's see first example A. The mother was very tired. This is the extra information in the column. She only slept 4 hours, the night before. Okay, the mother was very tired, into parenthesis. She only slept 4 hours the night before. Here it is a extra information about the mother. The mother was very tired. This is a full sentence. She only slept 4 hours the night before. This is the extra information about the mother. Then let's see second example, example B. The forest has 8 species of birds. Into bracket, Wikipedia 2013. Okay. In example A, the writer is adding a thought or extra information that is not really important to understand the sentence. Okay. This is the complete sentence. The mother was very tired. And this is the extra information about the mother. She only slept 4 hours the night before. In example number B, the writer is showing where he found the information. The forest has 8 species of birds. Okay, here he is giving references. Wikipedia 2013. In this session, we have learned this section. Look closer into how to write and some of the basic techniques for making sentences, paragraphs, and proper grammar. Okay, these tips should be applied in any formal situation. For example, use the grammar in school and at work. When you write better, people give you more respect. Okay, learning to write correctly is a skill that is deeply needed for the 21st century, even with all the technology available. Okay, students, we are going to stop here. Thank you.